Hello, everyone, from OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and welcome to the Apter Chat. And you're down here in Apter's Alley, where you can see everything from the past, the present, and even the future takes place. One of my favorite people who visits here at the Apter Chat periodically, who I see on the road quite a bit, and I've done a lot of Apter Chats in person at many of the conventions with him. One of my favorite people in the whole world, Booker T. Welcome back to the Apter Chat.
It's always good to be back, man. What's going on? How you feel, man?
I'm good. And you look terrific. So the reason I wanted to have you down here, but besides just enjoying your company, of course, is there are two things going on that I heard about that you're involved in that a lot of fans don't know that you're doing. First of all, where are you based out of? You're in what part of Texas?
I'm in Houston. I'm out of Houston, Texas, and things have been heating up down here. You know, kind of like Harlem Heat days. You know, it's actually really exciting time for me as well as my company. Just my brand in general. But my radio show.
Well, that's that. I didn't know. I had no clue that you were doing a radio show. So first of all, it's based in Houston on CBS Radio, correct?
Yep. It's podcast as well. It's called Heated Conversation. And I got a partner. His name's Brad Gilmore. He's a young kid. He's like 22 years old. And him and I, we get in there. We just talk boxing. We talk MMA. I love MMA. And we talk current events, things just going on in the news, like Trump being up in the polls, you know.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And it's actually a really, really cool show.
The man who shaved Vince McMahon's head.
Yeah. And it's great, though, you know, to actually be able to talk about, you know, things that's going on in life. You know, like the things that's going on with the police shootings, the police brutality, racial issues. Get a chance to talk a little bit about everything.
I want to rewind and go back because back at the days when I worked for the company that produced PWI, as you know, we also did several boxing magazines. And I was it was great where I was able to follow Muhammad Ali and became good friends with Evander Holyfield and Larry Holmes. Yeah. Tell us about some of the boxing people that you've had on the show.
Oh, man, I actually got Evander Holyfield getting ready to come up here in the next couple of weeks, but I had Paulie Malignaggi on about a month ago. A few weeks ago, I had Deontay Wilder, the WBC heavyweight champion, on as well. MMA, I had Anthony Rumble Johnson on a few months back before his big fight. With Cormier, you know, so I'm pretty much just trying. I had Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, the flyweight champion, on my show as well, you know, so I get a lot of cool guests, and we just talk about, you know, a lot of times we talk about their what they got going on in sports, but we get a chance to see exactly where they come from, what their life was like when they were a kid. You know what I mean? A lot of them grew up single parent household, had to fight their way out. You know what I mean? So it's really, really cool to actually get the backstory.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. So tell everybody again where they can hear this.
Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. That's every Saturday night, 7 Central. You can actually check it out on Play.it, actually, every week as well. We post it immediately following the Saturday night show, and it's something I think you really, really like. It's a different side of Booker T.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to hear that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, I had seen a photo someone sent me of you with your arm around old friend Bruce Pritchard, a.k.a. Brother Love.
Brother Love.
And a headline about a wrestling school. Tell us about this.
Oh, man, my wrestling school is something that we're really, really proud of. For the last 10 years, we've been working on, you know, trying to make the next move, and now that move has finally come. We've secured a building in Texas City, the Mall of the Mainland. We got like a 21,000 square foot building that we're actually getting ready to break ground and starting to work on our new arena, as well as I'm just going to house our new school as well for our new television show. that's going to be starting September 20th on the CW, Channel 39.
You said we, and for the people who don't know who we are, tell us who they are.
We are Reality of Wrestling.
Okay.
And, it's my group. Getting on CW, Channel 39 is where Paul Bosch was for many, many years with Houston Wrestling here in the city.
And you fans, by the way, who are not old school, Paul Bosch was the legendary promoter in that area. He brought everybody in.
Yes, he did.
Actually, this guy up here was a regular, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Ric Flair used to come through there every now and then.
Sure.
Superstar Billy Graham, was the guy who used to, we used to love watching him when he came through. And now I'm on that same channel that Paul Bosch was on back in the day, Channel 39. We've been working on this for about 10 years. We're going to be starting September 20th. We've got a 11 a.m. spot on Sunday morning, right before Sunday kickoff, you know what I mean? So it's going to be great for us. Like I say, we've been working on this for many, many years, and I think the fans are really going to like this, as well as with CW, the show is going to be streamed. So a lot of people are going to be able to see the show from all around the country.
Who's the current champion?
My current champion right now is a young kid by the name of Mysterious Q, and that's what's really, really cool about my Reality of Wrestling. All of my stars are guys that I've created, and now we have made that show big enough to where, we've created our own fans and made it big enough to where a television network like the CW want to acquire us, and that's what's really, really cool. Got a lot of young kids doing a lot of good things, and young kids can definitely inspire to be that young kid out there doing it. So I think I got a really cool formula.
This would have been when you were growing up. I just see that this is something that you would have wanted to have available to you, and now you're giving back and you're opening this up to young kids who want to make their dream come true.
Definitely, I'm trying to make the young kids' dreams come true. I want to be the Paul Bosch of Houston today.
Booker Bosch, I like that.
From Bosch to Booker.
That's great. That's great. It's all in the marketing. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to actually be able to do that and help some kids along the way, as well as create my own thing, my own company. We want to syndicate this thing. We want to take it around the world and let people see what Reality of Wrestling is all about. You got TNA out there, you got ROH out there. I think it's a little bit more room for one more, and I think Reality of Wrestling is that one more. Once the people see it, I think they're going to love it.
Wow. Okay. Well, Booker, once again, I want to thank you for sharing everything you're doing with us, and of course, we love your broadcasting and everything else you do at WWE. You've made.
Hey, let me give you another scoop, man. I'm getting ready to start back on SmackDown next week. I'll be out there with Rich Brennan. That kid started with me here at Reality of Wrestling. Now he's the lead commentator on SmackDown. I'm going to be working with that kid, and now he's going to be my boss.
That's incredible. And now, by the way, he said next week. So if you're watching this 2 weeks from now, it's going to be confusing. But tune in on SmackDown. They'll be there. They'll be there every week. Booker T, if you wouldn't mind putting your index finger out to the camera so we can say what we always say here, we'll see you at the matches.
We will see you at the matches. Now, can't you dig that? So.